Hi, I'm reading from the book Färjan by me, Tomas Berglund. The ferry in English. Uh, have come to the 24th episode. Tomorrow I wake myself up at 9:40, housing support at 10 o'clock. Then I thought about working out, and then 12 o'clock shopping with mom. Then out to the house. I'm thinking about cleaning the garage and the study. Then the evening is free. I have nothing planned, however. That doesn't mean that nothing will happen. On the contrary, a lot can happen. I would need to clean up here at home, and then I would like to write, maybe to find common thread, something that holds the different paragraphs and sentences together. It would like to hook into each other. That's probably what I'm most worried about, a widespread one now. I'm backtracking on today's writing, and I've probably produced about 23 pieces of text. Each piece consists of a few sentences with 6 lines of text. It flowed out of me quite easily today. It hasn't felt hard to float over the keys, rather, it's felt graceful and relaxing, positive, and quite easy. I've seen the words and the letters, and they've flowed out my fingertips the whole time. It writes itself. It's so much harder when it's slow, when you have to push out every word and letter. You have to fight for every character. Nothing feels easy. I have my bulleted list, and then I try to update my calendar so that it is fresh and the latest version. It's important to me. Without it, I would be fumbling in the dark. It would not be easy. I text and I call each every day. I could not reach my contact person at närpsykiatrin, the close psychiatry. Oscar does not want to connect, cannot take my call, text. Mom sends back the money I sent her. That's how it happened. I figure it might be good to have an extra penny now that I will have to pay for my medications. It basically only happens once a year, possibly on a couple of occasions during the year. I called Jehovah Petter to see if I had heard some news from Uncle Anton, not to complain, but damn how good Petter is at saying how little as possible with as many words as possible. Anders and Lina are um, doing well as can be. They are being looked after by both the home care service and people in the congregation. I don't know how many times Petter repeat this message back and forth without saying a word. I was told that Anton had surgery to remove something from his head, but I don't know what it is. Is it a tumor? I don't know. What power to hold on so much information. I was about to collapse in the village parking lot after I had gone for the ride with Johannes. I went to Willys to buy gingerbread and Christmas must. When I got out of the car and walked a few meters, I went black. It went black. My legs wanted to bend under me. It was like Wednesday at Blomman, the flower. I stretched out an arm towards a car that was nearby. I was like I saw all the people in the parking lot and that they saw me at the same time, but no one came to my rescue. No one stretched out an arm. I was left alone. I don't really know if anyone understood what was happening. It happened so quickly. It stopped spinning and gathered strength. I went into the store. I took a scanner and packed myself 2 gingerbread jars and the Christmas must. Then I paid and went out again. It was as if life had flowed out of me and coming back. And now I was living life again. Life in and life out. Is it that delicate or that simple? It is not really that simple, is it? Tired in the eye, tired in the cheek, very tired in the eye. There were only two boys who came to the chess for beginners, Bogdan and Dima. I played against Dima, but it's hard to teach chess. One way is to play cleanly game after game. That's perhaps the most common. The man in the hat, in the white hat, 16 years earlier with Kent. Mannen i den vita hatten, 16 år senare. I just float into the notes. There is something terrible and tragic about this song. At the same time as everything just explodes, you feel like it's exploding. Now it's dark outside again. It's December the 8th. In 2 weeks it will turn, and I have no control at all. Might be able to feel a little bit what needs to be done, but I'm so small. At the same time I'm so big. I have my calendar which shows today and tomorrow. I don't have any demands on myself in any other way. I want to help Mama Greta with getting a good sale and moving. That would be nice. I live in Älvsbyn, in a place where I don't know anyone. No one recognizes me there. It's quite nice. A few players, chess players maybe, but otherwise no one at all. It's nice. Why is he? No one knows. No one knows. It's beautiful, and I'm no one, nowhere, anywhere. I can be quite nice in its own way. I want to move south. I need to go through all the boxes and the cardboard boxes. What am I going to do with all this stuff? Do I have so many electronics scrap? Then the song starts again. It builds up a mood, a feeling how you should feel. It was a summer long time ago. I was safe. At least I thought so. I've sometimes wondered if you become more and more destroyed over time, that you might bring out the bad sides of yourself and reinforce them. But you should try to improve yourself, or what? Who wants to go worse and worse just because you can? Should you do it just because you can? Is that more right? No, what do I want to do? I want to create a story about a time in my life, not from the beginning of my life, rather, but from the end of my life. How it felt, what I wanted, what I thought, and what I felt. How the people around me felt, what they wanted, thought, and felt. What happened and happened. How I slept and changed my medication during this time. How I've eaten and gained weight recently. I just weighed myself, and now I'm down to 117 kilo instead of 127 kilo. It feels good. It's going in the right direction. Johannes is always Johannes. There is like an original shape that fits around Johannes. You can cast a new Johannes in the same shape. His shape is an eternal and true. The idea, you can't question Johannes. And that shape. You can make small changes here and there, but the idea or thought of Johannes stands. A bald head, hair on the sides, a crooked nose, few pimples, a face cut by a razor, but above all Johannes' way of talking and communicating. How's the chess club going? Well, the chess club is going well. Well, but it's going well. What should I answer? What why I would have liked to get better at chess, play better and do better. Do you understand, Johannes? There is a lot of rhymes with God, good. In any case, there is a whole lot that can be presented as good. What is this document really about? A guy with high functioning Asperger's and another guy with bipolar type 1 who decides that they should cross the river. They are going from Älvsbyn towards Piteå, the river at Sikfors. What are these two guys talking about? What demons are they fighting? There is so much that can go wrong, lots that can go wrong, but there is something that works. It's like a day at work. If you At first you don't want to get up, but then the day rolls on, the hours pass. It's important that you do your job. You can see such an important result. Next chapter, excluded. Sometimes it's easier to say what isn't than what is, to add a not, but there's a lot that I've experienced and experiencing that I haven't included in this document, things I've left and leaving aside. The foster family is eating away at me. I probably spend 5 black minutes a day thinking about the fact that I don't belong to that family. What went wrong? What could I have done differently? Could I have done something about it all? But then I managed to change tracks and think about something else, something more constructive. And I feel like I'm getting further and further away from the darkness into the light. Wonder if I'm not down to 4 minutes now. Every minute is worth anything. Oscar's mother Lotten and her family have not been given much space in this document. Oscar's mother and I actually had a very good time for almost 10 years. But then it was like my illness took over. That's how it was. I needed to be hospitalized and we tried different medications. I had some hard or really hard years. It was too tough. Nowadays, probably I feel most positive when I think about Lotten, that we had such a good time. I don't know why I haven't mentioned my leisure contact Edna. She is in a way one of the utmost importance. Through her I can see into a completely different life, the lives of several others. It's pretty amazing. I'm with her for about an hour a week, and it feels like I've known her for so long, that I could be that we known each other from the beginning. But I've probably thought something that can't really be that easy to get to know each other. My housing support could have had more space. There are several people there with their unique characteristics and abilities, but they are also nice and well-meaning in their own way. They have changed over time, but there is a core group that remains. Sometimes I understand that there are higher thoughts and goals than just getting the chance to sit and talk to someone for 30 to 45 minutes. For example, that I can take the opportunity to clean. They want to help me above all by helping me to help myself. I barely mentioned COVID-19, COVID. in this document. COVID has dominated the last few years, including the radio and television. I haven't been affected by COVID myself, but many around me have been affected. I don't know anyone who has died from the virus. Fortunately, but people have been able to get really sick. I know someone who has coughed so much that the blood came up. COVID will probably remain a memory for a long time. I have never experienced a pandemic before. The war in Ukraine is affecting my mood negatively. It's like you want to shake your head. A war in the vicinity of Europe in our time. Why? How do you think? How does Putin think? As I understand it, sounds very different in the Russian media and in the Russian side of the border. As I understand it, Putin is well liked and respected. When you talk to a Swede, she doesn't understand how the reason for the Russian side. How can you want to keep the war going? This with the cryptocurrencies is an interest that has grown recently. As the most popular cryptocurrencies have been risen in price, it's easy to follow the rise. The only question is when it's time to go off and sell. That time may have already passed. I don't know if it's possible to say that you have understood this with cryptocurrency. One thing is certain, and that it can really go up and down. Sometimes it's important to have be ice cold and just hang in there. I have tried to stay away from old things and events. In this document, I'm mostly dealing with last few years and the recent past. That's nice. When I have written before, I have ended up in an autobiographical spirit. I have been able to go into detail when it comes to old junk. Here I try to stick to slightly more modern content. It, I feel like writing a document about the future, what's to come. That should be wonderful. Johannes is a great friend. He gives me energy. He texts and calls quite often. The other day I asked him to check in every third day. He was up more than once a day. Should we go out and ride? He sounds almost breathless, like he's in a rush. And maybe he is, I don't know. Johannes wants things quickly and want it to happen soon. I don't really know why. We have quite a lot of time, don't we? Or don't we? Maybe it's just a backdrop. Maybe we're several days behind schedule. Maybe things could have already happened that you should know. That's how you think and interpret everything. Go, go, says Johannes. Get going, go. We shouldn't be wait too long. Time may end. It's now. And there we stop the 24th. The 24th episode